All right. Hello. Banana with an English accent. I'm not sure I can quite manage that one. Um, so, welcome to my first stream back since my horrible, um, unspeakable health experiences. Today I am taking another look at Bless Online because it is soon to be launched on Steam. I'm incredibly excited. I believe the May 11th that they will be providing more information. Here's to hoping that's surprise, purchase now and play, but I have no idea. They have been very closed-mouthed about that, other than sometime in May this game will launch on Steam for the world to play. This time, I know those of you have watched me before did not actually get to see me do any taming. I am now at a taming level, so I will show some of that off. If you want to chat at all, chat in my Twitch chat, please, because I am no longer have Discord open, so I won't see those comments anymore. You say hello in my... Okay. Hold on a sec. My view of my Twitch channel just dropped off, so let me deal with this for a minute. So, while that's loading up, and okay, gotcha, I can see it now. Do you have any animal requests? I can pretty much tame... am I under attack here? Most things can be tamed, so I can stick with some quickie here. I'm not particularly interested in these monsters. I can head out to look for something more exciting if you like, or I can just say, hey, I'm here, show this off. Taming is awesome. It is definitely one of the big draws about this game. I've been playing for 4 hours. Yes, it's an Asian game, so they warn me that I may drop dead after I play the game for an hour. I'm still kind of low level, so I don't have much of the map that I can check out. You can see I've got my quest right here. There's Bat Cave. Any thoughts? Any preferences? Bueller? You know, I have no idea. I'm actually playing a different faction now than I was the last time, so I haven't got a clue. Although, you know what, maybe I can open up the monster journal. Oops, that's my skills. Let's see. So, just to explain this here a little bit, one of the things that I love about this game, I mean, aside from the taming, which is pretty huge, is that if you are a grinder like me, they have these monster quests here. When you encounter a monster or kill it or whatever, it pops up a monster kill quest, and you get XP and weird points and kind of random things. Look, Dragon Balls! for completing the kill quests. So if you ever find yourself in need of XP, you can just run out and get those. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna head out. Let's just ride for a little bit. I've seen people on unicorns. There is a unicorn mount. I don't know where you get it though. I have not been able to play for very much of this game because the Russian server shut down when I was playing it before I got too far. And of course, you are all aware that I've been pretty much dead for the past several months. Let's see. There's a bat cave, so I'm going to assume that there will be bats here. There's a swamp. Probably not going to be any swamps by the... scorpions by the swamp. Yeah, and I can't switch out to another faction because I bet you this area is where the scorpions are going to be. This looks like a desert. Here, I'll scroll out so you can see the size of the map. It's kind of huge. I know that there are scorpions here in the Crimson Desert. I don't quite remember where I encountered them the last time. I played the human in sort of a desert land. So let's go to the swamp, because even if I can't find any scorpions, at least we can find some crocodiles or something. Crocodiles are cool. Yeah, it's quite possible I'll encounter someone on a unicorn as I ride around, because I've seen a whole bunch of them today running around. This is obviously the Kobold district. This, by the way, the horse that I'm on is the starter horse. This is what you get when you first hit the you can tame stuff now level. I, of course, always immediately get rid of it as quickly as possible. I know that I've ridden on some pretty cool things. The scorpions, the crocodiles, crickets, giant crickets. That was definitely fun. There's also kind of mechs that you can get. We'll see if I can find one of those. There's one that you get from a starter quest. I'm not quite sure which starter quest it is on this in this faction. Now, one thing that is kind of tricky with traveling in this game is, unlike most modern games now, where they have, you know, your level 1 monsters, and then your level 3 monsters, and then your level 4 monsters, and your level 10 monsters, all in kind of this row. It doesn't happen here. So you can, in fact, zoom through, as I'm doing now, higher level monsters that you don't want to get you. Although I may have taken myself into an area that is just unfeasible. Let me go back. Let's get some quick levels. The game will send me somewhere else. Well, hopefully some quick levels. I'll show you some taming where I was, and then we'll move on instead of just running around like a little idiot. If I go into the player cities, I'll definitely see a unicorn, so I'll do that before. I think I'm headed the wrong way. I am. Okay. Now, as you can see, you can auto-path so that you can ride AFK or without really paying attention. I feel like I'm still going the wrong way. I am. I don't tend to do that though because one, you're likely to find yourself trapped in some sort of game geometry problem, and two, it is definitely much more slow. You can see that the path doesn't take the quickest route through things. It sort of does this weird jut outs. So if you actually control your character... Oh, I lost my horse. You can go much faster. Let's try to get a sprint going. They did change the controls since the last time, so I'm having a hard time figuring out how to sprint. Well, I'll show you death. Welcome to death in Bless Online. It's a whole new realm. It's actually a lot like death in the Secret World. Where is my body? You can see on the map, these are all the areas where you can spawn after you die in the super world. Here's my corpse. There's no way to auto-move when dead. Okay. Oops. I feel like when I was playing on the Russian version, I did at some point encounter monsters or something in this area. It's also a fun way to kind of explore because, as you see, you can see just about everything. So if you don't mind getting the death penalty... Oh, that looks like a player. Maybe they're on a mount. If you don't mind getting the death penalty by not getting your corpse, you can kill yourself and, yeah, here's a little player. Nice heart-shaped sunglasses. And then run around as a ghost. Quite safely, unless you encounter ghost-eating monsters. Corpse, corpse. I can't even do my teleport here. Oh, is that... Oh, that looks like a deer. I remember when I was playing, most people were on, you know, horses or deer, or... I think I saw some guy on a bear at one point. I much prefer the deadlier mounts, like the, Sorry. I started auto-running towards my quest on rote. And here is my body. Yes. Revived. If you look up at the top here, on the monsters I'm targeted on, you can see this escaped kobold is level 10. When it's a question mark, as it is now, don't attack, run away. That basically means that it is so much higher level than you, you can't even tell what level it is. So it could be anywhere from, you know, 5 to 50 levels higher than you. I will also make the note that there are changes made in the Steam version, and they've been kind of close-mouthed on the details of those, so some things will be different. I know they've changed the combat a little bit. They describe it as, quote, rhythmic combat. I don't have any idea what that means. You make these combos of some sort. They did put out combat videos for it, but, look at my map again, I'm still going the right way. I always find it very difficult to determine what a combat is like based on a video, especially when they're short advertising videos. Okay, what am I supposed to do? There are weird things on my UI also if you're taking a look at it, like right here. This is due to an unofficial translator that I've got so that it actually appears in English, since this is the Japanese version. Alright, let's see. I will tame this little rat. So, oh, the scrolls go there. Okay. So in order to do taming, you need these things called taming scrolls. And they are in tiers. So this one is the lowest level taming scroll, level 1. It can tame monsters up to level 15. So once you get beyond that, obviously you have to go seek out new taming scrolls. Actually, I wonder if I can tame the kobold. I don't see a little icon on it, so I'm gonna guess not. I'll just do this one first because I can see that the little butterfly, I think, means you can tame them. So first, you want to get its health down a little bit. Not kill it. Killing it is definitely not what you want to do. This is tough to do on the mage. First, I suck on damage dealers. There we go. So you can see the UI down here. You have to... Whoops, I failed. I failed again. The taming failed. You have the little green bar. And now I got my little rat. So, I will hit Y. You can see my little pets. Here he is. He looks like a little monster. I mean a little hamster. I also have a beetle. This is the beetle that I tamed when they taught you how to tame with the taming quest. Let's see. Grade up. This has definitely changed since the last time I did this. You tame by basically smashing your mounts together. So I'm trying to tame my beetle. You can see I've taken the rat and I've put it into this, the sacrifice zone. It's not letting me do anything though. I wonder if it has to be a certain level or something. Maybe I need to have the same type of monster. This has changed so much since I last played, so pardon my little fumblings as I figure it out. We'll tame some more dirty rats. Oh, I killed it. That is a problem. You want to get the health down low enough to increase your chances of taming. But obviously if you wait too long, you'll kill it and bye-bye pet. There we go. Oh. Pet tame number 2. Let's see. There is some random elements involved. You can see this one, for example, there's 9 remaining upgrades. This one has 10. They also, at least if it still works how it did previously, it's random. Like you can get green ones, blue ones, different tiers that have higher stats, lower stats. They also get skills. Alright, let's try to grade this one up with this other little rat. No, it still doesn't work. Alright, so what I will do is I will just summon him out because they level up. It may well be that you need to have mounts at a certain level. There he is, my little pet rat. That little ball thing indicates a pet. Probably rather obvious though. Alright, let's see. I have my hunting stages open. I'll get rid of those. I think I have to kill the kobolds here, so yes, kill the kobolds. Now, you can see from the glow, this helps you when you're just standing and grinding things out. The glow tells you what type of loot is on the monster. So, for example, I killed him here. You can see it's just a gray glow. That means trash loot. As the loot that they drop gets higher in tier, you'll see it green and blue and gold. So if you're just out to get a whole bunch of kills really quickly, you know, okay, this one doesn't matter. I don't care about trash loot. I'm just here for a specific drop or whatever. No need to go pick it up, which is kind of good. Let's get rid of these kobolds. Completed this quest. Since I'm trying to find cool monsters and just leveling up to move into new zones, I will forego my general preference, which is to fill all of the hunting quests before I move on. I'm a grinder. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of these hunting quests again, because it auto-popped up. And see what I'm supposed to do. Kill dirty rats. Okay. It's really hard for me to resist saying, "You dirty rat." We'll kill a whole bunch of rats. You can see I get the adventuring points as I fulfill those hunting quests. You can use those to buy various things. I haven't checked out a vendor today yet, so I will do that once I pass an adventure point vendor and we can take a look at what's there. One of the things that they have said in the Steam version is they're removing the pay-to-win aspects out of the cash shop. And they're adding in some sort of currency system that will allow you to earn the cash shop currency while playing. I'm a big fan of that sort of thing. But they haven't told you exactly how that's earned. I'm wondering if it might be a part of this system, since it's already in here. I don't know. That would be great for me. I can happily sit in one place forever and hunt things down. It's a shame that these monsters die so quickly at this level, because I can't really show you the proc system or the combo system or anything. Oh, I'm supposed to do something with those. Where am I supposed to bring these guys? Over here. There we go. I'm rescuing injured workers who I guess were killed by kobolds. If I fail to pay attention and that red guy comes near me, by the way, I'm going to die, so feel free to anticipate more horrible deaths. I'm very good at dying horribly. Especially on a damage dealer. I decided to play the mage because the ranged attacks make it very easy to kind of get through things and show them off, and you know, so I don't spend a lot of time running around, running up to mobs. Usually I play healers. The cleric in this game is your classical kind of heavy armor wearing, mace smacking type of cleric. Lower him down. Oh, I got a level. That means I should be moving on to the next zone. Yep, my question. Okay. So, let's take a ride on a dragon. Dragon tamers are the travel on rails quick travel. I'm down here. They'll take me to the university, which is where my quest turn-in is. I have to say I'm enjoying this. When I last played, every journey on these mounts cost money. And money, you go through it very quickly. You need to buy consumables to harvest. And it's one harvest consumable per harvest unless you manage to get the cash shop one, which lasts indefinitely. And the taming scrolls are also one taming scroll per attempt. Crafting, you need to buy things from the crafting vendors, so money goes pretty quick. There we go. I have no idea what this story is about. The translations are kind of weird. I know that a princess betrayed me. I'm working for the captain of some sort of guard. I don't know if I'm on the side of right. I think I'm on the side of right. But it's kind of weird, so. Where am I going in here? I'm kind of curious to see this in the official English version because I am vaguely interested in the story. Oh, my little rat leveled up. Let's see what level he is. He's level 4 now. He can get up to level 10. Maybe I'll try to upgrade him a little bit when I hit level 5 on him. So we'll fly there. Now, if you played Lineage 2, I don't know how many of you did, if any at all. I did. I love that game. You can tell the same sort of designer. The sweeping worlds, the cities, they all to me have very much the similar touch. Here we go, we'll fly. It's an absolutely beautiful game, I think. I love flying. Just here, I'll get rid of the UI. It's a short trip, but well worth seeing. Let's see. First I'll empty my bag and then off to the next monsters. There is a sell trash items all in one go button, which is very nice. I'm just gonna get rid of some of this low level stuff. Of this sort. You can see that my inventory is already getting cluttered. with random stuff, crafting materials, because I like to craft. Although I have yet to do very much of it with this game. Alright, give us some cool monsters. Hell dogs and giant eyes. Well, that will make a cool pet. I like that better than the rats. So let me get the quest, which is up here. The hell dog might be a mount. We'll find out. Rip out somebody's stomach. Okay, well. Looks like the monsters ate his brother, and I'm going to smash them and rip open their stomachs in an attempt to find pieces of his brother, because that's not creepy at all. There's a kill quest for him. Giant brown eyes. I wonder if that means they have giant green eyes somewhere and giant blue eyes. Hell dog. You know, I'm tempted to try to tame one to see if he's a mount, so let's try this. Or I can accidentally kill him. I did it! Awesome! First try to pet. He is a pet. Oh, but he's level 5. So let's see if I can get rid of him. And level him up. Oh, must be max level. Okay, well that makes sense. I wish they'd said that. I'm gonna summon him out because he's cooler. Although he has much fewer stuff. So we'll stick with the rat for now. I'm under attack. So, downtime. This game brings back, oh, you can see it's got a cool thing to let you know that there's a nifty item on here. A blue weapon that I can't use because naturally it's going to give me items I can't use. I think I was in the middle of saying something and I got all distracted. Oh, I was talking about downtime. Games, modern games have kind of lost downtime. For those of you who played EQ, classic EQ, you'll remember you would fight a couple of monsters and then you would sit there. And you would slowly regain your health. I remember it's one of the things that was often complained about, but to be honest, I find in a social game downtime is actually kind of important because you sit down and you get to know your group mates. You can chat, you can plan. I kind of miss downtime. However much most people want to scream at me for that. Oh, he's waiting for me, so let's go. But health regen slowly. You can eat food to make your health regen more quickly. So you can see I'm carrying bread. You pretty much always want to have food on you. My secondary crafting profession, which I imagine is going to level up far more quickly than my primary, is chef. And you can make food that does, it's pretty standard. Different types of food provide different types of buff. Some of them increase your health during downtime, and some of them just give you buffs. I haven't made any yet. I probably should. Alright, we're going this way. My little rat has leveled up again. He's going to be a super rat. Hopefully at some point he'll get some skills so I can show you some of the mount skills in this game. I wonder if he's got any yet. No, but you can see the skill slots here. Well, here's one of the little triggers, but I killed everything before it went off. Different classes have different triggers that allow secondary chained attacks. I think I have to talk to her. She's gonna follow me now. Okay. Oh, while I'm talking about skills and classes, you can see that this does allow some customization here. This is the fire line. You get skill points. I really haven't spent any of mine other than the one that I had to spend at the beginning when they taught me how to spend my skill points. You start with the mage on the fireball line. These are all various types of different attacks. These here are the triggers, so this one pops up after I perform a critical, and you can see it does some damage and provides a minor stun. This is the frost line, which is I think the one I'm the most interested in because it's the crowd control line. At least it was. Let's see. Damage. Reduces movement speed. Freezes for 5 seconds. So this one's the crowd control. You can see that there are skill chains, so certain abilities get special effects if you use them after other abilities. And then this one is the electrical skill line. Obviously you have to be much higher before you can get to it. I'm not spending my skill points because I'm focusing on taming now, and I'm already killing them so quickly that I feel like if I up my skills I would make it even harder on myself. But these passive skills, you can only slot a certain amount of them, and they do various things, like, this one increases skill damage of ice skills if the enemy is already slowed. So you can make some pretty interesting builds, I think, with this. My dirty rat is now level 7. That means I should be able to upgrade him soon, because his max level is 10. Pets level, by the way, just by being out. Now we have a cutscene. Is he turning him into a zombie? He's sucking out souls. Oh, zombie time. I think I'm supposed to kill him. So basically in terms of combat here, you can see I have a choice between the high damage, slow to cast ability and the lower damage, quick to cast ability. Still being only level, 13, I don't have many options. I've seen some mages just be amazing. I cannot replicate skill on a damage dealer though, so hopefully you're just here to look at the pretty visuals of the game and the systems. What am I supposed to do? Collect fur mats. What? I wonder what that's supposed to say. We'll collect them. Each race, by the way, has its own starting town and quest line. Oh, I'm standing in the lava. Let us not stand in the fire. We'll go find a different, whatever these are. I've found that some races have infinitely better starting zones than others in terms of just proximity of things, wandering around, quests easy to figure out or not. Let's kill a black smog. I wonder if he'd be a mount. Let me collect this thing and then I'll try and find out. Alright, black smog. You look like I should be able to ride you. Got it. No, he is another pet. He's cool looking though. Max level 10. Oh, there's a red eyes. So it looks like, yes, there are indeed different types of floating eyes. There we go. Do you guys want me to get rid of this map here so that more of the screen is visible for you? I keep it up because my sense of direction is so awful. I generally like to have it so that I always know where I'm going, but if you want to see more of the screen without it here distracting, let me know. Alright, my next quest area is here. So, back to the university. And hopefully I can get that giant mecha, because that would be cool. You ride on his shoulder. It's like this giant steampunk robot thing. I'm pretty sure I got it at the university the last time. In some ways, I always think of Pokemon when I play this game, because it's like, gotta catch 'em all. You can tame everything. It's freaking awesome. Oh, now that I'm going back here, maybe we'll see someone on a unicorn. At one point I had this big wallpaper-sized image of all the mounts and all the pets, although that was a year or two ago, so it's quite possibly changed a lot since then. Hopefully there are a lot more than were on that. My mount is level 11. Okay, talk to him again. This guy, by the way, I do know enough to know he's like the captain of the guard or something, and he was sleeping with the princess. There was this really hilarious cutscene earlier where I went to see him, and they had this huge shot of him buck naked in bed with the princess. Both of them were buck naked, and he stands up. You can only do this in an Asian game, right? And he's completely nude, and he just kind of walks out to have a conversation with me. It was pretty hilarious. And then, of course, the princess stabs him. Alright, Scarab Camp. Where's my new main quest? I don't know. But recovering fatigue of the pet. Pressure. Dung beetles. Alright. Let's go get some food for my pet. It sounds like I'm gonna have to start feeding it. And then I'll head off to that new camp. This is the at the beginning of the game, when you're learning the game and they're trying to teach you how to play, you have a choice between two characters who will kind of guide you along the way. One is a female in a slimpy outfit, and this is a guy in a slinky outfit. I of course chose the guy. Yes, you need food for your pets. Oh, he's going to teach me how to strengthen them. So let's see what we got. A whole bunch of horses. Excuse me. This looks like an awesome starter pet. Do I have to use the items first? Let's get off my horse. Grade up. Oh, yeah, okay. So I will put all of these wonderful pets. Mount will be available for 10 minutes only. Alright, so we'll hold off on that. Let's see. Are any of these better than the others? I see. That's where we feed them to get the stamina back. Oh, he's got a skill. I should probably enchant. Oh, I can level my mount by feeding it other mounts. So, basically, it's the never-ending taming game, because if you want to continue improving, you're going to be constantly after enchant him up. Okay. Here we go. Off to the next camp. No unicorn. Sorry. But I really did see various players on them. So I have hope that I'll get to see some for you. This is harvestable. They kind of glow when you pass them by. They're very standard click cotton. It's very standard harvesting. You just click on it and wait for the timer to run down. Nothing exciting to see here. You do get XP from harvesting, and you have to level up your harvesting levels to get the next tiers. So if you're actually playing this game and you want to do any crafting or whatever, make sure you always have harvesting consumables and stop every time you see something to harvest it, because it really sucks. This happened to me before when I was playing it on the Russian version. It really sucks to get to a new zone and discover that you didn't level your harvesting enough from the previous zone. So then you have to run all the way back. Let's go to the store. He's probably got some of the harvesting things I can show you. Or she. First we'll sell all the junk. Normally I wouldn't be selling the weapons I loot, because you can destroy them to get stuff to upgrade your weapons. I'm just trying to quickly move along and show stuff, so maybe I should hold on to a couple and show that to you later on. Right, so pickaxes. This is what you need to mine, and gathering tools are what you need to pick plants. Pretty straightforward. Oh, one thing that's very controversial is this. In the higher levels, you can buy consumables to opt out entirely of PvP. That's the only way. There's no flagging in this game. Maybe that will change in the Steam version. I don't know. But right now, there's no flagging. Anyone can attack you if you're of the level to be in a PvP zone. If you don't want it, get those consumables. Use them. Okay, what am I supposed to be killing here? Baby beavers, horned scarabs, and collect fruit. Is there anything I'm not talking about now that any of you would like to see? Speak up. Feel free to chime in. Silly dragonfly. I bet he'd be a cute pet. Oh, but the sound of the wings would drive me insane. The music is actually really good if you're curious. I've turned it down while streaming though, so that you can hear me. It's all, you know, grand orchestral. Alright, let's get back to my Smashing of Beatles. Oh, I bet that icon here means it's a mount. It's a pity I used all the horses on the beginner mount. What do you think? Shall I tame a deer or stick with the beginner until I meet something cooler like a scorpion? What other pay-to-win stuff? I've actually been avoiding discussing that because they have stated that they'll be removing pay-to-win elements from the store. So any sort of evaluation of cash up items in this game, in this version, may not be entirely applicable to the North American one on Steam. But here we have the cash up store. So you can see you get inventory expanders, gathering tools that last a long time. This one you can see lasts for 30 days. Change your appearance if you get in game and don't like the way you look. More slots. Change your gender. I'm not quite sure what it means by 3 days. Oh, if you buy this one you can change it however much you want over a period of 3 days, which is pretty cool. Teleport scrolls from one area to the next. Looks like this saves a teleport slot. Stamina recoveries. Holy water removes resurrection sickness. Complete item repair. No idea what this does. You can see it's a failed translation and another failed translation. XP pots. Mount XP pots. XP boosts for your pets. This allows you to change the skills on your mounts and your pets. When I last played they were random. I'm assuming they're still random. Skill reset scrolls. Various costumes. I wonder if they have a preview. Oh, they do. But it's kind of small. Is that big enough for you guys to see? I can't even move it. I really hate it when games make previews so tiny. Oh look, I'm a bird. There's a Pegasus. Oh, no. I thought that was gonna be, just looked to me like a unicorn. Here we have some mounts. That looks like it's underwear. Can't see it. Shoes. No unicorn in the cash shop. That would indicate that the unicorn is somewhere in game to acquire. because I have seen people on unicorns. So if you can't buy it, obviously it's findable. Baby beavers. Find and scare baby beavers. Okay. Bye-bye. White paw hares. One more baby beaver. Here it is. To be honest, I'm really astounded that not much info that I've seen has leaked out about the Steam changes. We'll have to see. Burn the beetles. I keep seeing this quest icon up here, but I probably have to ride a dragon to get there, so give me just a moment and I'll check that out. Yeah, it's all the way up there. Okay. And there's the dragon tamer. So we'll take a slightly longer dragon trip. Or I can put that super mount on the 10-minute timer one and ride that up if you want to see what some of the legendary elite mounts look like. Now taking votes. No opinions? Actually, it's kind of a long way. So I'll just fly. You can see more if I take the quicker route. It was up here, right? So they probably had a lot of complaint. Oh, I'll turn the UI off so we can watch me fly. They probably had a lot of complaints about how expensive it was. I was around the mid-20s level in the Russian version when those servers shut down, and I never had any money, ever. I blew it all on taming scrolls and flying and harvesting, repairing gear. It's choppy, by the way, because I'm on a Japanese VPN right now. So this choppiness, this lagginess that you're seeing isn't actually a part of the game. The Russian servers didn't require a VPN, I don't think, and they weren't nearly as sort of laggy as this. Oh, I was just taking a vote and then decided to make my own decision. Where am I going? Crafting materials merchant, he's blacksmith. Okay. We'll go to next quest. Game is yelling at me for having been played for 5 hours. Desynthesis machines, by the way, is where you smash your equipment. Since I'm here, I will smash that blue axe so you can see how that works. I am not a berserker, nor will I ever play a berserker, so you dismantle the object and get cool stuff. My complaint is that I never know what it is that I got. It doesn't... There's really no way to see. I do know that most of my crafting gives me these things, the Dragon Balls. But I think I had 18 before I smashed that blue thing, so I don't have any idea what I got from that. How odd. Okay. Moving along. Oh, that's the cute tiny lolly race. This little person charging ahead of me here. You can make little, they're tiny little munchkins that have animal features. I was in the middle of making a little fox girl paladin, but I decided to switch back to my mage so that I could show off the taming here. Dr. Belmont. Accusations of traitors. I'm not sure if he's accusing me of being the traitor or if I'm killing the guys he accused of being the traitor. I'm going to assume that since I'm fighting his guards, I'm the traitor. So what you can see here is using these abilities. They're sort of builders, and then I build these little counters here, and this is a big, massive AoE attack on a fairly long cooldown timer. I'm supposed to chat with Belmont again. Oh, yep, he's accusing me of being a traitor. Now I'm supposed to run away. I'm a player character. Don't they know we never run away? More big explosions. Probably going to die. Yes, I died. Corpses this way. I don't know what the death penalty is, if you're wondering. I always travel to my corpse because I do miss corpse runs from classic games. So I've never actually received a death penalty. No, I don't want to start over from the beginning. Oh, I failed. I need to start over from the beginning. Crap. That'll teach me to be a mage. Alright, how do I... How on earth am I supposed to start over now that I accidentally said no? Maybe if I just die. Kill me! Okay, back to my corpse. Proceed, yes. I'm supposed to use this. Escape into a private house. Oh! I'm supposed to run somewhere. But where to? Obviously. This, by the way, is one of the hazards of playing non-translatable games. It is very easy to get super confused and not know what you're supposed to do. Oh, I bet it's this weird. There's a house on the map with... Let's see if I can get to it without dying again. I think I'm supposed to get to that house. You see it has little green icons on it. I think that was it. Okay, I am somewhere weird. Oh, maybe we'll find some scorpions. I'm in agreement that the scorpions are awesome. We'll take a quest from Old Man Stein. I usually will read quests because often it's not as simple as just go kill everything. But in this case I'm clicking rapidly through it because half the time it doesn't make sense anyway with this translation here. It's good enough for UI purposes and just knowing how to play the basic game. But it is not good for figuring out what the storyline is. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Drink bitter, confession, suspicious brawler. Okay. The aim should be to you. What on earth does that mean? There we go. This may be the first dungeon of this area. if you guys want to see it, I'll go in, although I can tell you as a mage, I will not make it anywhere very far in a dungeon. I can make through, when I'm on a paladin, I can make it through pretty decently, but I'm a healer, so yep, that's a dungeon. So, do you want to see me dying a lot to check out a dungeon? The dungeons are actually pretty spectacular in this game. Let me first take a little ride around to see if there's any cool animals here. And then I'll go check out the dungeon. Unless you guys tell me no, don't. Oh, I triggered a quest. Killing bandits. Just have to kill enough to make a dent in this raid. Oh, I have to keep killing them until I get some sort of entry permit. There it is. Noble Lady Margaret. Alright. And now to the dungeon and certain death. But it will be interesting. Every dungeon I've been in this game has been absolutely glorious, like spectacularly beautiful. And you can see, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but to me this game looks just amazing. I do have, by the way, some of the graphics turned down. For example, the grass. I turn off grass in every game where I end up harvesting, because the grass obscures the harvest nodes. So if the ground looks barren, that's actually my doing. I can turn it up if you want to check it out, since I'm not really, since I'm not harvesting at this point. Oh, I actually have it all on pretty low. Let's bump up texture to 5, sight to 4, character details to 5, background. This may end up killing my computer, but let's bump everything up to max and see what happens. I wonder what these do. PC loads and renderings. Watch my computer die. Oh. No, it's fine. Okay. So I'll turn off this again. And now we see the world in all of its glorious detail. I think it's actually stunning. So, dungeon time. More death. For me. I need to upgrade my equipment. Dungeon time has to wait. Normally, when I play left to my own devices, when I'm not trying to show off as much of the game for viewers, I do all the grind quests, and by the time I'm done with that in any zone, I have fully upgraded gear because I get everything dropped. So I'm pretty sure that I've never been refused entry into a dungeon before. That's very interesting that they did it just now, and that's probably why, is my lack of grinding. You can see... Where's my gear? Come on. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of empty slots. In my normal playthrough, this wouldn't actually be the case. I'd be getting drops from my grinding. Those pop-ups, by the way, as I travel, are telling me which guilds own the territory I'm entering. I'm kind of sad I can't tame those guys. You can tame ghosts and most of the humanoid NPCs. I tamed a boss ghost at one point, and I had this huge, this absolutely huge ghost following me around. It was pretty cool. I may have a screenshot of that at some point. I'll pop that up. Sculptor. See, that's the guild that owns this territory. This being the Japanese version, I've never actually joined a guild, so I don't know all that much about how the guild system works in this game. In the Russian version, I did join a guild. However, I joined a guild 2 days before the server shut down, so I didn't really do anything with them. They all like me now. I must have put on some sort of disguise. Fraudsters among thieves. What am I doing? Looking for things. Let's see. Oh. Anything to grab here? No. As I talk to this NPC and kill him. Cheater's dice. So here we eat some food. You can watch the rapid increase in my health. don't understand why that one is still popping up. Cute little fairy. Oops. More cheater items. Oh, looks like I'm hostile now. Now, there were tameable fairies. Obviously I can't do anything with her, but I did have a little fairy pet following me around at one point. I think, yeah, I have to get in there. Take the sculpture. Oh, I still have something back there to do. Oh, double tap sprints. Okay. Whoa. Am I just supposed to kill everyone here? Well, that was easier than expected. That weird glow means I'm entering and leaving quest instances, in case you're curious. And I'm demounted because they killed my horse beneath me. Oh, he ran away, okay. I'm gonna use that elite mount, so we'll see what it is. There we go. Wow, he looks funky. Looks cool. Kind of tough to control though. Oh, it flies. One of the things the game designer said is he likes to limit flying mounts because he feels like they... Oh, I guess it's only a limited flight. He feels like they short-circuit PvP. And in this game he wanted to encourage PvP. I don't know, again, like everything else, how that's going to translate into the North American version. I know that they've been making some various changes. Am I going the right way? I think so. How do I get... Here we go. Oh, I'm back at the dungeon. Not where I wanted to go. Still can't get in. It's really a shame because, I mean, the environments out here are stunning, but the dungeons are all even better. Probably because they don't worry too much about overloading people's computers when the dungeons are instanced to a party. Cutscene, I think. I'm frozen. There we go. I supposed to do now? Go down here, I guess. I will auto path. Autopathing is good for figuring out where to go when you're confused. Oh, I have to root. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. The pop-up that just happened is when someone puts high quality items on the auction house. In case you're wondering. I'm assuming that there has to be some way to deal with a lot of the pop-ups, but I've never bothered to fiddle with a lot of the settings, so I don't actually know. Now what am I supposed to do? That looks very weird. I don't think so. I know guilds can occupy territories. Housing seems like a no-brainer, but I don't think there is anything like that in this game. I've certainly never seen it. You know, I can do a quick search while I am running and see. I'm assuming that's what you mean by base building, like housing, player housing, guild housing, that sort of thing. Apparently they do talk about housing. So let me... Housing is on its way into the game, says NeoWiz. So, given the date that they put there as 2019, it looks like it's not here now, but will be in the future. Which is great, because these cities are so huge and so beautiful, it seems like such a no-brainer to add in the ability to have houses. I feel like I've been spoiled in terms of housing with games like Black Desert. I love getting my house and decorating and that sort of thing. I just took a quest without paying the slightest bit of attention to what I'm supposed to do. But whatever. Looks like I have to go in. No. My quest definitely leads me here. I guess it definitely wants me to upgrade my gear, so let's see if I can figure this out. I'm supposed to do something here with gear, but unfortunately it's very unclear. I haven't the faintest idea. Let's see what he has to say. Looks like it is quest to get gear. He's gonna have me upgrade my horse. The next tier of scrolls allow me to tame monsters up to level 35. Alright, let's eat these little horsies. Bump that to F4 so I can tame higher level monsters. Auto sort. Now, what am I supposed to be doing? This wants me to go into the dungeon, so I definitely need to deal with my gear to do that. Maximum level 10. Aha! I can finally grade up a horse because they gave me a max level one. Okay. What happens? It failed. So we'll try it again. It failed. Try it again. It failed. You can see why this game is constantly tame. I wonder if I can... Nope. Well, that's a shame. I'll admit I'm a little bit stumped here. Yeah, you sort of smash them together. And then it rolls the dice and you succeed or not. It's a very different system than the one that was here when I played last time. It looks like now the skills only come when you upgrade the tiers of horse. Like see the blue horse has one skill. And then if I mouse over this it says it's another skill at epic grade and another skill at legendary grade. When I played before, you would tame the mounts and they would randomly pop with skills or not. And then you could change the skills as they leveled up. It looks like they both simplified it and made it more complicated. I can't get in there. Oh, I can get my first ice skill. Let's do that. dice little thing there. And I guess I'll go out and adventure some more. There's clearly a quest here where I'm supposed to be able to get gear, but I can't figure out what that's supposed to mean. Commitment of Peak's dwarf treasure chest to obtain a view of the armor in the trader. If anyone wants to venture a guess as to what that means, I'll welcome any theories. This one is clearly go into the dungeon and kill them, but customize the look of the pets. That I'm not sure. I think the customization is just picking which pet you want to tame and have. Oh. There we go. I'm supposed to go up there. Okay. Yeah, you pretty much just smash them together. What are these? More rabbits. I'm kind of disappointed I chose this faction for this playthrough, because the other faction definitely had much cooler monsters early on. I was happily riding spiders and scorpions by the time, you know, I was level 10 to 15 when I played the other faction. And I definitely did not have this confusion problem with quests on the other faction. I know I mentioned that earlier, that the different factions have different playability in terms of quest complications, traveling around, that sort of thing. But I also do tend to prefer desert zones, and the other faction, the race I started in, you start in the desert zone. So I may be just a little bit biased on that score. Desert zones in games are always my favorite zones. Alright, I think I am supposed to kill him and loot his treasure. Or, you know, get killed. Getting killed. If you guys want to see more Bless next week, I will work on a paladin, because I definitely die less as a paladin. So there'll be less time dying and coming back, and I can show you more, and I can make a character on the other faction to see the other stuff. So let me know if that's of interest. I'm gonna die again. I wonder if I can just sneak up and open the chest, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to take that guy. He could be intended for a group. I mean, obviously a group would be able to take him. Although that seems a little odd to me when I have to defeat him to go on the main storyline. Although at the same time it wouldn't be the first game where you have to group up to do various stages on the quest. I'm of mixed minds when games do that, because on one hand it is nice to kind of force players to interact. Um, yeah, dying is a trip. But it is fun to force players to interact so you can meet other people. You're not seeing any grouping going on here, for example, because, well, I do have the language impediment, but I'm also able to kind of go here and do all of this, or most of it. Can I open this without aggroing? I can. Alright, we will circumvent this fight completely. On the other hand, if you join a game where that's a requirement after its launch, it can be very problematic to actually complete the main storylines, because as games age, we've all experienced it, right? As a game ages, the player base moves up and up and up and up. And so the low-level zones end up being wastelands. And the group content becomes very difficult for new players to accomplish. That's why I'm such a fan of systems like Guild Wars 2 and Ezo. I wish more games would do things like that, where you can level to the content. That way there's always players everywhere. It doesn't matter, you know? Like, let's say I play this game and I'm level 50, and one of my buddies wants to join in. Well, what do I do now? Do I make a new character to play with my buddy? Does he level all by himself? I think more game designers need to start thinking about that sort of thing these days. I know the superhero game, I talk about Ship of Heroes a lot. Casey's goal with that game is to allow players to group with each other no matter what from jump. So Ship of Heroes will have something like that. Vastly different game, obviously, different genre. I mean, that's going to be a superhero game. This is not a superhero game. But it is definitely something that is a check pro mark in my book when I look at games and evaluate games. How does this game encourage grouping? I should have hopped on my horse. That was kind of stupid. I wonder how you tell the man's stamina, since they were talking. Oh, here it is. I wish that wasn't buried in the UI. Back to this giant house. How ridiculous that I can just ride my horse into the house. Got some glove patterns. Now what do I do? The dungeon to the Montreal Dwarf treasure chest to obtain a view of the armor in the trader. Whew. Well, clearly I'm supposed to do something with these. Let's take a look at the NPCs on the map. There's the warehouse, desync machine, blacksmith, maybe the blacksmith. I suppose I could theoretically buy some gear, but let's see. It's just an equipment repair. Alright. Let's see about buying some gear. Maybe that will let me in. I've never purchased gear before. Level 5, level 5. There's gotta be level 10, right? Level 12. Okay. Let's just buy all this gear. And see if that will let me into the dungeon. So, the costumes are kind of exquisite, aren't they? Although I like the long robe better than this. I'll get you a close-up of my face here. You can make really nice looking characters in this game. Yeah, here's the crafting interface. Enchanting. These are runes that you can put in gears that have gear slots. I don't think I'm wearing any. Yeah, I don't have any gear with open gear slots. But then again, I'm just wearing the random purchased. So this is another way you can customize how your character plays. As an enchanter, I can also make taming scrolls, which I'm assuming is going to be much cheaper than buying them. Oh, no, I don't have any of that. And here's the various foods. Like this food increases skill power by 5%. I'm not high enough to make this one, but this one for 30 minutes will increase my intelligence by 3.9%. This one increases spell power efficiency by 7.1%. So you can see there are various things that you can do. Physical armor boosts. I think, if I recall correctly, you can have one food and one drink buff on at a time. I never actually played Silk Road, so I can't make any comparisons. Let's see if I can get in here now. No, I still can't get in. Well, I'm utterly at a loss here. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to upgrade my gear without going into the dungeon, but it won't let me into the dungeon without upgrading my gear. Very odd. So they either changed the way this works, or by not doing my usual route of slaughtering everything and fulfilling all of the slaughtering quests, I have sort of screwed myself in terms of equipment. So let's see if there's any quests that I have yet to do. I'm not seeing any. So my options are, well, there's this one down here. Go and grind somewhere. Or go and grind somewhere. Although it is getting on 9 o'clock. Given I'm still recovering from that awfulness, I should actually probably shut it down before I end up pushing myself too far. So I guess I will say good night then, unless anyone has any last minute questions or comments. And next week I will see about getting up Paladin and making a little more sense of things, a little higher level on to show off. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It's nice to be back after my my long issues, and I hope you have a lovely evening and you enjoyed my brief introduction to Bless Online at the low levels. See ya.